Well, I guess you've noticed something that's a little strange with Dad. It's okay, though. I'm still Dad. I can't describe it. What I'm feeling. What I'm thinking. This means something. This is important.
100 for 100. That's a podcast where I take 100 films. I think every movie watcher, every person that's serious or trying to get serious about watching movies should watch. I rank them from 100 to 1. I did that for you. For you, I did it. And then each one is accompanied by a 100-word review and a podcast put out daily the first 100 days of the year 2020. Yesterday, we talked about our number 34 on the list, the Maltese Falcon. Today, we're up in them. We're up in them early 30s now, man. We're counting them on down. Number 33 on our list is Close Encounters of the Third Kind, 1977, directed by Steven Spielberg. His name will be mentioned again on this list. Let's talk about this 100-word review, though. One of the finest and most optimistic films about first contact, Close Encounters of the Third Kind is Spielberg towards the height of his powers. As conflicted as viewers are on Richard Dreyfuss's Roy Neary, a likable character, but also leaves his family without a second thought, we are compelled, nonetheless, to root for him as his obsession drives him closer to the answers he seeks. Melinda Dillon is also great as the beleaguered mother, Gillian Guyler. Praise must be given to John Williams' score, which acutely conveys the promising message that perhaps humanity is almost ready to enter the stars. Oh, man, this movie, man. I already disagree with myself. I said this is Spielberg towards the height of his powers. I think he might have attained his powers in this movie. There's so much great movie magic going on in Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Movies like this, man, these movies are what movie magic is to me. Saw it a couple years ago at the theater for its 40th? Yeah, it's gonna be 2017 maybe. Yeah, for the 40th. And man, did that movie really hold up. I think Dick Dreyfuss does a great job. A great job as a man struggling to figure something out. And it's how he can't quite articulate what it is that he's trying to figure out. I mean, I'm pretty sure most people are in agreement that he's already a fairly absentee-ish father. Like, he's there physically, but he's rarely there. He's in his own world at the beginning of this movie already. And, he tries to connect and interact with the children and his wife. But it just, to me, anyways, always seems so fake and hollow. Like, this man is not quite self-absorbed, but he's just in his own world, just kind of doing his own thing. Probably not the happiest with how his life has turned out. Because you look at that house, it's just always loud and cluttery. I think Spielberg does a great job conveying that right in the middle of the road middle-class family with the Neary family here. And then, what happens. He gets the burn on the side of his face. It was also an excellent scene. When the alien ship comes down behind his truck and he just thinks it's the headlights from another car and he's waving out the window for them to pass, not knowing what's happening because he's looking at the map. Man, look. And just the him building the mashed potatoes, man, building the Devil's Tower out of mashed potatoes and not quite understanding what's going on. Like, when I think of this movie, him building the mashed potatoes and pointing at it with his fork and the frustration on his face, saying this means something. That for me, that's the scene I think about when I think Close Encounters of the Third Kind. Unfortunately, that obsession leads to his family just up and leaving, and he can't really blame his wife, can you? On the other hand, you got Melinda Dillon out there as Gillian and her little son. And for some reason, those aliens just fucking love that kid, man. They just love that kid. You get that incredibly scary. Like, the first time you watch it, and still now it's a little bit off-putting. scene where they come for the boy and all the toys start lighting up or turning on and activating by themselves all around the house, and she's screaming and they're trying to suck the kid out the fucking doggy door. That is a tense ass scene. And then just and their kid's gone. You know, she goes running out into the woods and you can't find him. Like, that shit is distressing, man. There's a great balance between a little bit of humor, and a great bit of drama and a little bit of horror in there as well. In the hands of other directors, it would be tonally all over the place. But Spielberg does a great job balancing all that tone out. Of course, shout out to Francois Truffaut, film director, who's up in there. Bob Balaban as well, up in there. And of course, John Williams' score. Like I said, man, if you've never listened to the Close Encounters of the Third Kind theme, those 5 notes, it's amazing. It is amazing, man. I think John Williams' score is a character all in of itself in this movie because, of course, you have one of cinema's greatest directors and cinema's greatest composer teaming up. You're almost always going to get magic. And I think the magic starts in earnest right here on, actually, no, it starts 2 years before this on Jaws. But then it really gets cracking here. Number 33 on our list, Close Encounters of the Third Kind.